Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heavyweights of the Faith, brief biographies of great believers who changed the world.
A.W. Tozer was an American pastor, author, and spiritual mentor whose work has greatly impacted many of today's Christian leaders. He was born in Adin Wilson Tozer to impoverished parents in western Pennsylvania in 1897. At age 15, his parents moved to Akron, Ohio, where Tozer worked at a tire company. Tozer heard a street preacher say that all one needed to do to be saved was call on God and say, "Lord, be merciful to me, a sinner." That night, Tozer prayed a simple prayer and turned his life over to the Lord. Just 5 years later, without any formal theological training, Tozer became a pastor of a small Christian Missionary Alliance church. In 1928, Tozer became the pastor of Southside Alliance Church in Chicago. A.W. Tozer was slight-statured and soft-spoken, but his lively wit and eloquent speaking style helped him convey deep spiritual truths. Being self-taught, he attended neither high school or college. He read a wide variety of books in religion, philosophy, literature, and poetry. Tozer believed that sermons should challenge both the intellect, the mind, and the soul, the heart. Since his sermons were never merely academic or theoretical, but always practical, he had a way of getting to the heart of what was most important. The church grew steady from 80 to 800 congregants in 11 years. Eventually, Tozer was given 2 honorary degrees, one in 1950 from Wheaton College and one in 1952 from Houghton College. Also in 1950, A.W. Tozer took a role as editor in the Alliance Weekly, the denomination's magazine. This role gave him a natural platform, and his popularity grew as he wrote installments for the publication. In 1951, Tozer also began a weekly radio broadcast, which increased his influence. After serving as pastor at Southside Alliance for 30 years, A.W. Tozer answered the call to pastor Avenue Road Church in Toronto, Canada. He continued serving as editor of the magazine while pastoring until his death on May 12, 1963. His supreme interest in life was God. He was delighted to speak of God's majesty, wonder, and grace. He believed man's duty was to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. Tozer continually sought to encourage others to make following God the purpose of their lives. He lived a simple, non-materialistic lifestyle with his wife and 7 children, never ever owning a car. In fact, Tozer signed away most of his royalties from his books to those in need. Over 60 books bear his name, but most of them were completed after his death from the sermons he preached and the articles he wrote. Many of the books teach the importance of a deeper relationship with God and the need to abandon worldly comforts in order to follow Christ more wholeheartedly. 2 of A.W. Tozer's books, The Pursuit of God and The Knowledge of the Holy, are considered to be Christian classics. Some have called Tozer a 20th century prophet. Others have described him as an evangelical mystic for his emphasis on developing the inner life. Tozer talked about the need for a deeper knowledge of God. Many current Christian leaders credit Tozer and his works for the important influence on their lives, beliefs, and current works. The music group The Barlow Girls published a compilation of stories in 2011 from 59 artists, writers, and leaders who have been influenced by Tozer. Their book included stories from Charles Swindoll, Randy Elkhorn, Darlene Scheck, Joni Eareckson Tada, Cynthia Held, and Bruce Wilkerson, among others. At his funeral, Tozer's only daughter said, "I can't be sad. I know my dad's happy. He lived for this all of his life." And indeed, his life has been spent in prayer and study, pursuing a more intimate relationship with God. His epitaph in Akron, Ohio, reads a simple but profound, A.W. Tozer, Man of God.
Thank you to Compelling Truth for the use of their written biographies. Please visit compellingtruth.org for more information.